This is going to be the second part of 1.8. Call it 1.8 continued.
Are we taking notes?
Yep. And we're going to talk about solving equations. Today we're going to solve equations like the ones on page 65. So let's look at something like x minus 7 equals 12. Alright, when you're solving an equation, you always want to ask yourself what is being done to the variable. Okay? And when you determine what's being done to the variable, you want to do the opposite of that to both sides of the equal sign to get the variable sitting by itself. So in this case, they're subtracting 7 from the variable. What's the opposite of subtracting 7? Adding 7. So we're going to add 7 to each side of the equation. And x is going to be equal to, what's 12 plus 7? 19. Now, there's a couple things that are really important. Let's say you got b minus 13 is equal to negative 25. When you're solving equations, make sure that you see the lines on the wall right now. Do one step at a time in the lines on your paper. Okay? If you're not doing it, you may really want to consider putting a line through the equal sign before you even start the problem. That line through the equal sign means keep your equal sign on that line. But it also means whatever I do to one side of this line, I have to do the same exact thing to the other side of the line. In this case, what's your first step to solve for b? Brandon?
Adding 13.
So I'm going to add 13 to the left side, and I'm going to add 13 to the right side. On the left side, I'm just left with a b equals negative 25 plus 13.
Negative 12.
Negative 12. Do it with your calculator if you're not sure. The neatness of your paper when you're solving equations is really, really, really important. And then skip a line in between problems. Don't start the next problem right up below the solution to the problem you just finished. Okay? Give yourself some room to work. Keep everything as neat as possible. And when it's neat on your paper, it's neater in your mind. How about negative 11 equals 7 minus m? We're trying to get the variable by itself. So what could you do first here to start to get the variable by itself? Why are you subtracting 7? But that's minus. Anybody have any other thoughts there, Dan? Dan says add 7. Anybody have any other thoughts? What are you trying to do with the 7, first of all? Can anybody answer that? Brandon. You're trying to get the 7 off of this side of the equation because you want the m by itself, don't you? Madison, is that 7 positive or negative? It's a positive 7, isn't it? So to move a positive 7, what do you have to do? You have to subtract 7, don't you? So you subtract 7 from each side. But you got to be careful. Negative 11 minus 7 is negative 18. Equal sign. What are we bringing down over here on the right side, Brandon? You're bringing down a negative m. That negative has to stay in front of the m. Now, what's in front of this m that doesn't get written? Dan? A 1. So, how do we solve for m right now? Dan? divide each side by -1. Negative divided by a negative equals a positive. It changes the sign of the variable. How about a variable in the numerator and a whole number in the denominator? What's being done to the variable here? It's being divided, right? What's the opposite of dividing, Hope? So what would you multiply each side by? 3. Very good. So if we multiply the left side by 3, you got to multiply the right side by 3. What happens to these two 3's? Those cancel each other out. You bring down your A equals, in your calculator? -36. Very good. Any questions? How about a fraction in front of a variable? A fraction in front of a variable. Ricky, what would you do first? Taylor. She said you can put parentheses around it and multiply by the denominator. That's one way. A faster way is watch. Multiply by the reciprocal. Multiply by the reciprocal. If we multiply both sides by the reciprocal of the fraction in front of the variable, watch what happens to all this on the left. That all cross cancels, doesn't it? Any number, any fraction times its reciprocal is equal to 1. So you're left with just b. Now on the right-hand side, put it over 1 and multiply straight across. -6 times 3, -18. 1 times 2, 2. Simplify it, so b is going to equal -9. Very good. Yes, sir?
You can cross-simplify that.
You could have cross-simplified right up here. 2 goes into itself once. 2 goes into 6 3 times. Make sure you keep the negative with the 3. -3 times 3 equals 9 anyway. Okay? Fraction in front of the variable, multiply by the reciprocal. Now, would it matter if you had Now you've got one step to do before you multiply by the reciprocal, don't you? Because you want to get the variable by itself. So, first thing first, Maylena. You want to get the variable by itself first. So could you add 6 first? If you add 6 first, now you got 3 over 4m equals -6. And now this looks like the problem you just did, doesn't it? And now you can multiply by the reciprocal. So multiply by 4/3 times 4/3. All of this cancels. M is equal to. What can you do over here to help simplify earlier? 3 goes into itself once, and it goes into 6 twice. -2 times 4 is -8. Your assignment for today is to take page 65, 7 through 42. I want you to solve them. And I want you to show all your work. And that means every step. I mean, thank you. 27 through 42. I want you to solve it. I want you to show all your work. I want you to show me every step. And I want it to be neat. Very neat. Extremely neat work. I want someone to look at your work and say, that is beautiful. Is everybody clear on what I expect?